Hello, this is Andy's Golf and Travel Diary here on the Hammock Coast at Caledonia Golf and Fish Club, and I am here with the assistant golf professional Zach Lawther.
Pleasure.
Zach, is it always this busy here? It's a lot of activity, a lot of golfers. Photo bomb.
It really is.
Having a lot of fun.
It really is. It's a first-class operation. As we can see, we got a bunch of gentlemen heading into the bar grill area right now. A little freshmen after the round.
Yeah, all shot in the 70s.
Yes.
Of course. And behind us, we got our bag job working very hard to make sure everybody gets on and off the course in a timely fashion.
This really is one of the premier, if not the premier course in the greater Myrtle Beach area.
It really is. And from the very entrance to when you leave the property, we try to fill you with that great memory, really go over the top to try and bring that first class experience to everybody. You know, the course itself is great, but the people around it make it even better.
Well, having played it, I got to say you were successful. And do you have a couple more minutes to answer a few more questions?
Sure, absolutely.
So Zach, tell me a little bit about the design here at Caledonian Fish and Golf Club.
Well, it's a pretty traditional layout, very tree lined as you can see here behind me. Nothing really too hidden out there. Some pretty nasty greens, some elephants buried under there. But overall, it's just I'd consider it a very classic design as far as courses go.
One of Mike Strand's best?
Out of the ones I've played, I like it probably one or two. Played here, True Blue, Bulls Bay, Tobacco Road, and Todd Hill Farms. I like this one and Tobacco Road the most, which is kind of funny because they're very different golf courses. I would say this is by far his most tame golf course. All the other ones are a little more out there, a little more trickery to them. Like I said, with this one, everything is kind of out in front of you.
Tell me a little bit about your most favorite hole out here.
Out here, it's kind of a toss-up between 14 and 16. Playing from the back tee box across the water on 14, it's just a phenomenal tee shot. Makes you really think about the hole because you got water left and trees to the right. And 16, for me, it's just a very classic golf hole. Kind of a little more narrow. Makes you hit down the chute with the approach going over the water. I think it's just for me, it's one of my favorite holes I've ever played. So I think that one, 16 is probably my favorite out here.
I parred that one, so talk a little bit more. I killed my drive, 7-iron to about 10 feet and rimmed out a birdie putt.
Oh, those cup liners will get you.
Talk a little bit about the finishing hole behind you, number 18, which just for the record, I also parred.
Well, there we go. This hole, I mean, it's just spectacular. From tee to green, it's just a brutal hole. I mean, you can't miss anything off the tee. Anything right's obviously wet. Off the tee, it's lateral, so you got another shot coming across the water. Anything left, as I can attest to, because that's where I go every time I play, is not the shot you want to have into this particular pin. I tend to play from over in those trees back there, but it's I mean, it's everything you want from a golf hole. It's tough off the tee, pretty forgiving to a front pin. You know, you only have maybe 100 to 130 yards in on that. But anything to a back or a middle pin, it's just a beast of a hole. It's coming up to the clubhouse during the season. You got a bunch of guys sitting out here cheering you on or heckling you. I think it's just a great environment.
Tell me a little bit about it. I've met a lot of repeat customers, come here year after year for the last 10 years. What do people come back to play Caledonia for? What are the top 3 reasons?
I'd say, in no order in particular, this hole right here. Everybody that has played here more than once, you get them walking into the pro shop, they can't wait to take their buddy out onto the porch to show them this hole in particular. I think the trees coming in, the driveway leading into the course in itself is It's very inviting. It's a very different atmosphere than most people get to play, especially on a regular basis. And to be a little biased, our staff. We try to be friendly and accommodating. We try to really just make sure the guest has a wonderful time. If there's anything that we can do to help them along, we do. Sometimes you got to be a little stern with them, but for the most part, everybody's in a good mood. And can't forget about the fish chowder.
Well, Zach, thank you so much for being such a special part of Andy's Golf and Travel Diary and having me here. I thoroughly enjoyed my experience out there today.
I'm very happy to hear it. Hopefully we'll see you again. Anytime you're in the area, please come back.